How do you think that the teams can look you on the special team perspective of being a guy who can return some kicks? And how was for you being the captain of Duke in 2020?
I just think, me being able to play special teams as well as everything I did, moving around in our defense just showcases my versatility. I think that's a really big thing, especially going into the NFL. Guys who can move around and play um, a bunch of different spots, as well as be able to play special teams and be big contributors on that end as well is huge. Um, and then as far as being a captain, I was honored to be voted a captain, by my teammates, and I took that role on, and really wanted to, break out of my own shell, as well as and be more of a vocal leader, as well as being one who leads by example as well. But it meant a lot to me to be voted a team captain, and I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Some scouts say that you have the potential for being a guy who can make pressure inside and outside the line. How do you think that that can be work for you? How do you're already working on it, and how what the teams can talk to you about that?
Yeah, a lot of teams I've talked to, they think I could fit in as an outside linebacker or defensive end, in a 3-4 scheme or 4-3 scheme. And all through my training process, I worked on rushing on the inside, outside, dropping back in coverage. So I think I'm pretty versatile when it comes down to it, and I'm excited to see where teams want me to fit in.
You said about like your health and that you're 110%. How do you think that the pro day is good for a guy like you that kind of have to show for the NFL that you're healthy, you can do all on the field? How do you think that the pro day can help you on that stock since you don't have so much tape on the last years?
Very important. Like you said, I don't have much tape within the past 2 years. So me being able to showcase that I am 100% healthy, that I can run fast, that my hips are as good as they were before, if not better. This pro day come Monday is very important.
A year like 2020, when you don't have the combine and you have so many problems, how big was the Senior Bowl for you, and how do you see yourself on this tight end class?
Yeah, the Senior Bowl was huge for me. I'm just very blessed and thankful that Jim Nagy reached out to me, kind of a later invite, and I'm really appreciative of the opportunity to go out and compete against some guys who are going to have extremely successful careers in the NFL. I felt like I learned a lot from my experience there. Coach Ainge with the Panthers was my coach, and he was nothing but phenomenal. Some of the other guys that I was fortunate enough to play with, like Kylan, Quinn, and Trey, those guys are going to be great players at the next level. I learned a lot from them, kind of being able to experience them and kind of see their different styles of coaching that they've kind of experienced and try to implement that into, practice and kind of learn from those guys. It was big time, and I'm really appreciative of that kind of opportunity and that atmosphere that I was kind of immersed in. Just very thankful for that. And just in terms of the tight end class, I'm just blessed to be where I am. There's a lot of great players in that class, a lot of guys that I know personally. There's a couple guys from Massachusetts, New Hampshire area that I've kind of been talking to a little bit throughout this process that I know are going to be phenomenal players at the next level. And I can't wait to see, their name called and their career kind of, unfold. So I'm just blessed to be where I am. And, it's a great class, and, come draft day, it's going to be a lot of fun to see those guys go.
You talk about how your dad is trying to be a dad before be a coach, but how was for you like having that influence of a father who was a coach several years and football coach? So how do you think that having him on his life like help you for be the player that you are today?
Definitely, it helps me tremendously. I have an edge over a lot of guys, just knowing, how the business, actually works on the inside. Being professional, just looking at him and how he treats, meetings and talks to the players. So just being around it just gives me an advantage of trying to be, more acclimated to that environment. He's done a great job, coaching me up, when he can up to this point. Definitely letting me know, the things, I got to look out for. Those are grown men you're going at the next level. So just trying to mentally prepare me for what the NFL is going to provide for me.
Your numbers in the college, they always grow, like season after season. How do you think that this kind of numbers and the tape that you made it, they can show for the NFL the type of player you are?
Definitely. I mean, the tape speaks for itself. A lot of guys, I get drafted off their tapes, about 85%, 90% of, what the scouts look at. So, like you said, I've improved every year. Me personally, I don't even think I've hit my peak. So any of the teams, watching this right now, they're going to get a great ball player, a guy that's going to continue to develop, eventually become a Hall of Famer.
In this today NFL, the running backs, like they have to do a lot of things for like be chosen on the draft or having a space in the roster. How do you think that being a running back who can catch the ball, can do kind of everything on the offense, help you on this draft process? And what do you have like hearing from the teams until now?
I definitely think that my style of play will help me a lot in the draft. I feel like I'm a very versatile player. I feel like I've shown that in my 4 years at Duke. My ability to run the ball, my ability to catch the ball, run routes, I return kicks. So I've done a lot of things on the field. So I feel like that's definitely going to help me out, and I can bring a lot to a team.
The interviews that is gonna have after the pro day or having to the teams before the draft, what do you think that you can like show for them that maybe the tape doesn't show or your numbers maybe doesn't show?
One thing that I have been showing in interviews, and one thing that I plan on showing some more after pro day and everything like that is over with leading up into the draft is my intelligence, my football IQ, like my understanding of the game, just knowing the X's and O's, and just being able to show them that I know the stuff that I'm doing, and I know how to read defenses. I know how to look at all the little things on the defenses, the little tips and cues that they give away, helping me know what's coming before it comes, and just being able to show them that I understand football in general. I feel like that's definitely been something that I've been trying to show, and definitely something that I'm going to continue showing leading up into the draft.
You already talk a lot about playing Stanford, playing Duke, and you're playing like two big conferences, the Pac12 and the ACC. How do you think that play on this big conference is gonna make a better transition for the NFL where everybody's a great player, everybody was like in a big conference, that everybody was like great player in college like you?
For sure. Obviously, the ACC and the Pac-12 are great conferences, but that's not to say that those are the only good conferences in college football. I had the opportunity to go down to the Tropical Bowl in Florida and play against some guys that were not in those conferences. But definitely, being at the Power 5 Division I level, playing against the best of the best on a week in, week out basis, playing against them and in practice. Here I played against an All-American, Chris Rumph, and another All-American talent in Victor Dimukeje. So one-on-ones and pass pro against them every day and run blocking against them every day. That's great competition moving on for the next level. So definitely playing in these two conferences has been great in terms of getting film against good talent.